What's good to all my kings and queens? Welcome to my Q&A, my get to know me. This is like, I want to say this is like my first video, even though it's like my 10th video, just because this is really like an introduction to who I am and stuff like that. So even though y'all going to be seeing this in the afternoon, I'm going to still say grand rising to my tribe. You know the vibe. Let's start with our 4 deep breaths real quick so we can align our body, our mind, our soul, and our energy so we could get started right, man. Here we go. Praise to the Most High. Alright, man, let's go. Might as well get straight into it. I got my food. I got some chicken and eggs right here for myself. Got some leftover cake I'm gonna be munching on during the video. So we about to get it in, man. About to get to these questions. Oh, hold on real quick. Hold on. You know we gotta have a hot sauce. We gotta have a hot sauce. One thing y'all gotta know about me early is I eat. I be eating. Alright, so the first question, what are your personal goals? I'm gonna be real. I got a lot of personal goals, but I'd rather show y'all than tell y'all. I'm the type to just pop out, you know, and just pop out what I'm doing, you know? What do you expect from a love relationship? I don't know. I expect trust. I expect honesty. I expect for you to show who you truly are and just be real, straight up front with all your intentions, all your agendas, having no hidden agenda or none of that stuff like that. What do you find attractive in a woman? Now, I find honesty attractive. And even though I find honesty attractive, you attract who you are. So, you know, obviously I attracted who I was in the past. And that's why I'm being a lot more honest and open and upfront with everything and myself, looking in the mirror every day, so I can attract somebody that's honest. But I ain't worried about attracting nobody for at least a year. Focused on me. What's one thing you can't live without? That right there. That baby right there. I can't live without my daughter. I don't want to live without my daughter. If you could describe yourself in one word, which would it be? Perseverance. Do you have any best friends? Right now, no I don't. Just my daughter. That's my only best friend. Me and my daughter are my best friends. What's your favorite animal? My favorite animal is a tiger. Tigers, see, people be saying like lions are the king of the jungle. I feel like tigers is like the god of the jungle. Like, if you ever saw a tiger and a lion fight, a tiger will whoop a lion's ass. I'm just letting y'all know. What was your childhood nickname? Rell. That was my childhood nickname. Everybody called me Rell. What's your favorite movie? So my favorite movie is Remember the Titans. That's like a biased favorite. So if it's not Remember the Titans, just because I play football, or I used to, and I love football. But if you were talking about a favorite movie outside of my favorite all-time football movie, then it would have to be Project X. Cause that movie was just so funny and so lit. Like, that movie's hard. Nah, you know what? Avatar is my favorite movie, y'all. That movie's hard. If you want to learn a lot about spirituality, watch Avatar. It's exposing everything right there. Who is my favorite artist? J. Cole, hands down. J. Cole, the best rapper alive. Argue with me. Argue with me in the comment section. He's the best rapper alive right now. And I don't care. Do you have a crush on someone? So, I don't have a crush on nobody. But it's this girl, and it's not Ra. I'm letting y'all know right now. It's not the girl that y'all seen in the last video, I promise. I put it on my daughter. But it is this girl who I find really attractive. But I'm like, you know what? I ain't about to say nothing to her at all for a year. Even if I say something to her, it's not gonna be for a year. Are you vegan? These eggs and this chicken right here, it's all vegan. I have a lot of questions too. That's why I'm trying to fly through these questions right now. How has your spiritual journey been so far? It's been hard. It's been rough. It's been tough. I had a lot of awakenings in my spiritual journey so far. More than anything, I'm grateful and I'm thankful for everything I've been through, because on your spiritual journey, one thing that's for certain and two things that's for sure is that you're gonna learn truth you're gonna learn truth about a lot of stuff, man. Like, you're gonna see things for what they are, you're gonna see people for who they are, you're gonna see what's behind the illusion of everything, because everything in life is an illusion, for real, for real. What makes you feel most empowered? Being at peace with myself and knowing that I'm honest with myself. Put it like this, I heard something from one of my favorite people, Nipsey. Would you rather be at war with yourself and at peace with the world, or at peace with yourself and at war with the world? I'd rather be at peace with myself and at war with the world any day. Knowing that I'm living in my truth, knowing that I'm honest with myself, knowing that I'm owning up to all my mistakes, whether it's good or bad, that's what made me feel most empowered. That's what made me feel like a man. What's my guilty pleasure? I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. What's my favorite thing about myself? Damn, that's a good question. You're gonna make me look in the mirror today. I don't know. I'm gonna figure that out though. I'm gonna get back to you on that. Am I a good cook? Man, I'm a magnificent cook. What? Come on now. I'm gonna put it like that. If I cook for you, I got love for you. Cause I'm a great cook. I'm a magnificent cook. Am I a dog or a cat person? Hands down, I'm a dog person. Can you dance? Hell no. I can't dance. I can't dance to save my life. But I be trying though. I be trying. If you could live anywhere in the world, well, if you could live anywhere, where would that be? Honestly, I've been thinking about LA. I really been thinking about LA. But I just be hearing that's a lot of fake and phony stuff in LA. And I can't get with fake and phony stuff. But if I could vibe in LA, up in the hills somewhere, I'll be in LA. Where do I see myself in 5 years? Rich as money, swimming in money pools with my daughter. All right, next question. Hold on, let me get some of this chicken. What's one accomplishment you want to set for 2022? To finally move into a house. Yeah, I think that's it. To finally move into a house. How did the breakup change you? Do you feel any different? All right, so I'm gonna answer the second question first. Do I feel any different? Yeah, I feel stronger. I feel so much stronger. I feel like I'm unbreakable now. You get what I'm saying? And how did it change me? Honestly, I think that's like the same thing for me. Like, it made me stronger for real. And I don't feel like nothing can break me no more. All right, this is a good one. At what point did you realize you were a narcissist? I realized that I was being a narcissist when I started seeing all these narcissists around me. A lot of times you attract who you are. A lot of people will say you attract who you are 100% of the time. I don't believe that. I also believe that sometimes you attract the people that need the qualities and traits that you have, right? However, I do think most of the time, like 90% of the time, you do attract who you are. And I felt like, yo, if I got all these narcissists around me and I'm starting to hear this word so much, I'm starting to see it on Instagram, on social media and all of this, I'm like, am I a narcissist? Like, do I do stuff to manipulate people or to try to get my way, or do I have hidden agendas and stuff like that? So I had to really take an honest look at myself and look in the mirror and realize like, yo, I do be doing that. To be honest, one thing that helped me to accept it was reading something about how every human has narcissistic traits in them. I'm like, okay, so if every human has this, then what are mine? Like, what do I do? Do I lie at all? Do I say little white lies just to shut people up or just not to hear people's opinions and stuff like that? So I realized that I was doing that. And so I really had to take a look in the mirror and just be like, yo, you being a narcissist, and you have been one. And you also have been one in the past at times, like to a high degree. You know what I'm saying? So I had to realize that I was being a narcissist towards my ex. I had to realize I was being a narcissist towards certain family members and everything, certain friends, all of that. So I really had to take a step back. Like I keep saying, look in the mirror and just dig deep so I could get all of that, like just take it all and just get it all out of me. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't ever choose to be like that. I choose to be a real man, and a real man to me is an honest man, a man who ain't never scared to speak his opinion, a man who ain't never scared to speak his mind, a man who ain't never afraid to live in his truth. That's a man to me, a man that will provide and do anything necessary to provide for himself and his family. It don't matter what level you on. It don't matter if you poor, broke, rich, wealthy, it don't matter. If you're doing what you got to do with the tools you got to be a man, I feel like that's what a real man is to me. So one that's not afraid to live in his truth and man up to his own mistakes and change himself. A man that's not afraid to not only look at the light and look at the light at the end of the tunnel, but be able to face the darkness and shift that darkness into light, and or shine that light onto the darkness so that he can switch or change what he don't like or agree with about himself. So if that answers your question, and it was actually in 2020, in summer 2020, that's when I realized it. Why and when did you become vegan? So the time period that I became vegan was 2017, and that was when I started my transition. But the reason why was because of myself and my daughter. And I also had a skin condition where I had cystic acne. And also my daughter at 3 months went through something where she didn't poop for 3 months. And so, you know, anybody, especially a baby, a newborn, can die from something like that, right? So there was research that started being done and stuff like that. And long story short, we realized that the food that we were eating and the baby food that we were feeding her wasn't good for none of us. And so we started to switch up our diet, switch up how we ate. And I remember one time, like we was going to the hospital and everything. And they was telling us, don't give her fruit, give her oatmeal and give her milk and all this other BS. And so we completely ignored that. We gave her a raw green shake and she ended up pooping for like days, bro. So obviously that made us feel better. And then for me, it started to clear up my skin just drinking green shakes, drinking raw vegan shakes, like homemade stuff. And my skin is clear now, but yo, I used to have like acne everywhere and bumps, like big bumps, like cysts, bro, in my face that was like that big. Like if you touch it, it hurt. Like you could grab it with your whole finger, like your whole hand. So I feel like I was forced by God, like forced by the universe to go vegan for me and my daughter's benefit. How do you gain muscle on a vegan diet? So vegan doesn't mean healthy. Let's just put it like that. Vegan does not mean healthy. All vegan means for real is no animals and no animal byproducts. So there's plenty of stuff that you can do to gain muscle. Like I'm eating vegan fried chicken and eggs right now. But at the end of the day, if you're talking about like something that's healthy, that's vegan, I eat a lot of oatmeal, avocado, banana, peanut butter, vegan pancakes. I eat a lot of those. There's something else I want to say. Fruit. People think fruit is going to help you drop weight. It's going to help you drop weight in the beginning if you got a lot of body fat, but fruit is what actually helps you to gain muscle and gain muscle mass. So if you eat a whole lot of fruit and you just be stuffing yourself with fruit and working out and fruit and working out, you're going to gain muscle. What were your majors in college? So it wasn't a major, but I did study psychology and also kinesiotherapy. How has your journey into finding enough peace to handle such a big situation actually been? It was challenging at first. It was rough and tough at first. There was a lot of confusion at first, but I worked on eliminating my mind and just stopped thinking about stuff and just feeling my way through everything. So if it felt right, I did it. If it didn't feel right, I didn't do it. If it felt like I was supposed to, even if I didn't agree with it, I did it, and vice versa. But lately, it's been easy outside of my daughter. My biggest challenge right now and has been just me and my daughter's relationship, just because of the circumstances. So what made you go into real estate? Studying all these entrepreneurs, all these moguls, all these big time rappers that's like behind the scenes and just up front, like, and then on top of that, real estate is one of the most, if not the most lucrative business in the world. as far as like people and consumers and stuff like that. Did you still pursue your football career? I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I actually gave up my football dreams for my ex, and that's wild. However, I low-key been thinking about going back for it, but age is a big factor with that. So yeah, I don't know. You never know what might happen though, man. There's people that's 29 fighting for a chance right now. People that's 32 fighting for a chance. So you never know what might happen. What do you do for a living aside from YouTube content? Real estate right now. That's it. What is your favorite childhood memory? Being on the west side in Pittsburgh. I'm from Pittsburgh, so being on the west side and just being at my grandma's house all the time. I think because I miss my grandma, I think that's my favorite childhood memory, just being around her. Like, the whole neighborhood knew who she was. They all knew her. She was like, I don't know, she was like one of the most well-known people on the west side. I remember me and my cousins would always be outside, and she would always call us. So she'd be like, Brandon, Jarrell, come in. Oh, I miss my granny so much, man. I miss my grams. That's my baby. I love her. I'm gonna get a big ass tattoo of her on my chest. My question for you is, do you think you will ever love another woman like you loved your ex and ready to move on? No, because the next woman I love or fall in love with or allow myself to fall in love with, I'm gonna love her way more. And I'm gonna make sure that the love is so real and so genuine and so deep. I'm gonna make sure that shit's slow. You know what I'm saying? Slow moving. So I'm gonna make sure the next person that I allow myself to fall in love with is, and I ain't comparing to my ex or nothing like that. I'm just saying, I'm gonna make sure it's better. I'm gonna make sure it's better for me. It's a better situation for me, period. I'm gonna make sure I love whoever I love next on some earth-shaking type shit, you feel me? Nobody knows the future, but if your ex comes today or tomorrow and says that she is sorry for all that she did and wants you to forgive her and go back and take care of your family, would you forgive her and take her back? Hell no. No. I'll forgive her. I already do forgive her, to be honest. I'm moving on. But would I take her back and go? Hell no. That's a dub. That's a dead situation right there, broski. If you fall in love again, what kind of the things that you're going to do? You worded this a little weird. Basically, if you fall in love again, what are you going to look for in a woman before giving her your heart? I ain't looking for nothing. Just show me who you are. Straight up. I ain't looking for nothing. I'm going to just sit back and I'm going to observe you a lot. My question is, what is your favorite hobby? My favorite hobby, it used to be playing basketball, but now, honestly, just because of the way stuff is with life, and just playing with my daughter, bro. Just playing with my daughter. That, if I could just play with my daughter like right now, I'd be the happiest person in the world. But I'm not saying this stuff for pity and stuff like that, so don't be feeling sorry or nothing like that. Where are you from? I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, from the north side. But I also claim Jersey City too, because I spent half my life in Pittsburgh. Well, I spent most of my life in Pittsburgh, but I also spent like the most vital years of my life in Jersey City. You get what I'm saying? Like from 13 to like 18 or 19. So basically, like, Jersey City shaped me a lot. You get what I'm saying? Pittsburgh, it raised me a lot. So I just like to say, like, Pittsburgh raised me, Jersey made me. So if you ask where I'm from, I could say Pittsburgh, I could say Jersey, and it both be the right answer. Hey Jarrell, you are a parent now. I don't know how you grew up, but I want to ask, as a parent, looking at how you grew up, how different would you want Naya's life to be? What aspects would you want to apply, and what would you do differently? I didn't get a lot of attention, nor did my siblings growing up. We got a lot of abandonment and neglect. And I know my mom probably wouldn't want to hear that if she watching this video, but it is what it is. So I want to give my daughter all the attention that she deserves. We also didn't get validated a lot. So, like, I know for me, I looked for validation in a lot of females, like, my whole life. So I want to make sure that I'm always validating my daughter to make sure she knows that she don't got to look for attention or validation in any man outside of herself or outside of me. I want to make sure she knows that I'm always proud of her, that I always want the best for her, that I love her, that I'm her best friend, that she could talk to me about anything, no matter what, and I won't judge her, but I will give her my opinion and my feedback. So that's probably the biggest ways I want my daughter to be brought up differently than I was. And I also ain't live in those safe environments either. Like, my mom didn't really know like what was going on in the streets where we was living at, both in Jersey and Pittsburgh, but it was a lot going on and I was involved in a lot too. So there was a lot of times where I was always looking over my shoulder, always fighting, always just a lot. I'm gonna leave it at that. It's just a lot. So I want my daughter to always be in a safe environment and always feel safe and protected all times, period. What are you doing to heal and be free from everything? I'm spending a lot of time with God, spending a lot of time praying, a lot of time meditating, a lot of time writing, a lot of time expressing myself, a lot of time working on accepting things that I don't agree with, reading books a lot, stuff like that. Just all that good personal development type stuff. But I'll be really diving deep into my spirituality too. Do you feel like the 11 years with your ex was a waste of time aside from having Janaya? And I love you, by the way. I love you too. Girl, I love you too, girl. But no, I don't. I used to feel like it was a waste of 11 years, but I don't. Because without those 11 years, I wouldn't be who I am right now. Like, I'm so proud of who I am or who I'm becoming and who I'm creating myself to be. I'm grateful and I'm thankful for those 11 years that could have been quote unquote spent better. At the end of the day, I became who I am and I like who I am. I'm strong as hell. Mentally, spiritually, physically, I'm fortified. You get what I'm saying? If you don't know what fortified mean, no one's insulting nobody intelligence, but if you don't know what fortified mean, make sure you go look it up. So, nah, I don't feel like it was a waste of 11 years. It is what it is. That's how the game go. At the end of the day, I don't hate the player, I don't hate the game. You just gotta charge it to the game at the end of the day. Do you believe in reincarnation? That life is not a hazard and that all is happening just a consequence of who you were and what you did in past lives? Hell yes. Yes, I do believe in reincarnation. I believe that we are all, it's cliche to say because everybody be trying to say it now, but I believe that we all spiritual beings living a human experience and we are all living our human experience based on what our soul needs to evolve and grow. Period. I do believe in past lives. I know who I was in my past life. I'll dive deeper into that later on in a couple months whenever, you know what I'm saying, whenever I've been diving deep into spirituality on this channel after a while. But I know exactly who I was in my past life. I know the reason I came back to this life. Even though a lot of those reasons were challenging and hard to accept, I know why I'm here. I know my purpose. I know who I'm here for. I know what I'm supposed to be doing. Sometimes it just get challenging because like at the end of the day, like I said, you still live in a human experience. So you still experience these emotions and these limits and these bondages that you got to break through and these chains, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I do, most definitely. I believe in that. Y'all saw that? I tried to save that, boy. I tried to save it. All right, we're gonna keep that down. Might have some spirits in here with me, but we chilling though. They come join the Q&A. We good. All right, hey Jarrell, how are you? How do you feel and how are you coping? I'm good. I feel great and I'm coping well. Feeling good, feeling great. How you though? When are you going to visit Jersey and have you already started the process to get shared custody and visitation? I'm not going to speak on the custody and visitation situation. Like I said, after things happen, that's when I'm gonna let y'all know. I'm gonna keep that private for now, at least on my end. So hopefully y'all understand. But when am I going to visit Jersey? This year. I don't know when, probably in a couple months, probably in a few months, but I'm gonna visit Jersey soon. I'm gonna visit Jersey real soon. How do you deal with negativity? So it's a little quote that I came up with and it really be helping me, right? It is what it is. I just play it to the left. I don't value their opinion. I don't give them no respect. You know what I'm saying? So I like that for me. So, but the other way I deal with negativity, it's not a good way to think, but sometimes I just be thinking like, yo, people just dumb. Like, for real, people just dumb. So you just gotta let them do what they do, let it be what it is. But if it's something that's real tough and real challenging to me, real close to me, and it's negative, and I gotta deal with it, a lot of times I just shut up, and I just sit back for a while, and I just observe. Rell, 2022, make it make sense. That's what we gonna do. We gonna make everything make sense in 2022. I'm telling y'all, we gonna make it make sense. And you know what? I'm gonna come out with merch that say make it make sense. Rell the Chosen One, make it make sense. It's gonna say Rell the Chosen One on the front, make it make sense on the back. If y'all want merch, make sure y'all drop down in the comment section below that y'all want me to drop some merch that says Rell the Chosen One, make it make sense. What is your way forward now that you and your ex have broken up? Did you quit being an Uber driver, or are you doing YouTube and Uber? No, I quit doing Uber just because of the circumstances, the situation, and on top of that, it's not me. It's not who, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, I'm gonna just put it like this. I was really limiting myself with that, and I felt like I was in a real tough situation, but I realized that I'm so much bigger than that, and it's not to speak low or bad about anybody that's doing Uber or any 9-to-5 job, period. This for me and my situation. I'm bigger than that. I'm larger than that. You get what I'm saying? Like, did that make sense? I'm limitless, and Uber is a limit. A 9-to-5 is a limit. That's limiting. I'm a limitless person. You get what I'm saying? Are you the one who always fights to keep the relationship? In my opinion, yeah. You know, everybody got their own opinion, but in my opinion, most definitely. Going back 11 years, what made you decide to stay instead of leaving the first time she showed no respect for you? Comfort, safety net, lack of validation from my mom, feeling validated by her, and choosing to ignore the red flags that I saw, because like, even though I was seeing red flags and being disrespected and certain stuff, it was like I still felt attention that I got in a way that I never got from nobody else. You get, like, did that make sense? So I convinced myself to stay, and I went against my own gut feeling. And after that, it just, honestly, it became a snowball effect. And I allowed myself, like, to be involved in situations that I knew I shouldn't have been in. Also, there was a traumatic bond that was built. There was a toxic bond that was built. And when you're involved and engaged in a traumatic bond, a trauma bond, or a toxic bond, you know what I'm saying? A very toxic karmic cycle. A lot of times, mentally, it's really hard to get out of that cycle. So, if that makes sense to you and if that answers your question, that's what made me decide to stay. What happened that made you guys move to Texas when you did before the breakup? There was a big ass house that I wanted down here in Texas. And there was goals that I felt like could have been reached down here in Texas way faster than anywhere else. Life happened. It is what it is. What African country would you like to visit if given a chance? Not just one. Nigeria, Egypt, South Africa, is it Nambia? I think it's Nambia. Did I say, I don't know if I said Nigeria just now. Ghana. Yeah, it's a few different African countries I would love to visit, for real. What do I do in my spare time? I be writing poetry in my spare time. If you don't mind me asking, what's your relationship with your mom? It is not good. There's a lot of discussions that need to be had. There's a lot of healing that needs to be done. There's a lot of truth that needs to be admitted. There's a lot of owning up to that needs to be done. And there's just a lot of things that need to occur in order for me and my mom to have a good relationship. In order to have a relationship at all, to be honest. What sparked your spiritual journey? A person was brought into my life. I was in Baton Rouge training, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I was training back in January 2017. My bad, the camera cut off. But my boy Jordan, he was going through his spiritual awakening. And he was just showing me the different things that he was learning and going through and stuff like that. And that was how it was introduced to me. Also, I started reading a book, and things just started to really happen and occur to where it was like, yo, stuff is really changing. But the crazy thing is, I didn't know I was going through a spiritual awakening. I had no idea that I was going through a spiritual awakening. Shoot, my first 3 spiritual awakenings, I had no clue what was going on. I didn't know I was going through no damn spiritual awakening. I didn't even know what the hell a spiritual awakening was. But as I went through my journey, I was able to look back like, yo, that was happening, this was happening, you know, this, that, and the third. So question, what is your zodiac? My zodiac, the one that everybody goes off, is your sun sign. So my sun sign is a Capricorn. My sun sign is Capricorn. My moon sign is Taurus. My north node is Sagittarius. My south node is Gemini. And then, you know, I'll get into my rising sign and all that other stuff in another video. But those are my, you know, my zodiacs. But like I said, the biggest one that everybody go off is your sun sign, so I'm a Capricorn. Why did you stay in a relationship with her hitting you previously? Even though I kind of dived into it a little bit, I'm gonna also say this. Your childhood has a lot to play in things, right? So I grew up in a domestic household. I grew up in a household where my mom and my stepdad, you know what I'm saying, they got it in sometimes. I also lived in a household where me and my stepdad got it in a few times. Like, had like real ass fighting, punches thrown, all of that. I also been in a lot of fights in my life outside of the house. Like I've been in over 50 fights in my life, easily, hands down, over 50. In school, in the streets, all of that. So with that being said, my psychology about fighting and being hit, it wasn't where it was supposed to be. You get what I'm saying? And I guess in a way, deeply rooted, you know, like at a point that I didn't understand, or to a degree that I didn't understand, I should say, like, I guess I felt like it was okay, you know? I guess I felt like it was like, it ain't really nothing wrong with it. Like, she just being a female. So I think that's why I stayed as far as being hit. But the more I went through life, and especially lately and all of that stuff, I just realized like that shit not cool and it's not okay, period. And a lot of men, a lot of black men especially, but a lot of men, you know, it don't matter your race, to be honest. I'm just targeting black men because I'm a black man. But a lot of men go through domestic violence and they don't speak up about that stuff because we get clowned for it. We get called a bitch for it, a pussy for it. We get called lame, we get called corny, we get called all of that. But if it's the other way around, the second you put your hands on a woman, you still all of that. You still lame, you still corny, you still whack, you still all of that, right? So it's like either way it go, it'd be a lose-lose situation for a man, especially black men. So that's one of the reasons that I've been speaking up about that whole situation, or at least was speaking up about that whole situation. So that's it, man. That's it for this Q&A right now. I want some more questions, to be honest. I want to do a part 2 one day with some more, like to bring my character out. You get what I'm saying? Like to bring out the funny side, or you know, like not so serious questions. I wanna have some more fun with it. So just say, give me some fun questions to answer next time. That's it for this Q&A. Hopefully y'all enjoyed it. Hopefully y'all got to know a little bit more of who I am as a person. I love y'all. Appreciate everybody that watched it to the end. If you enjoyed the vibe, make sure you join the tribe. And the first post notification shout out today, you a part of history, girl. But our first post notification shout out goes to Anita Johnson. So shout out to you, Anita. I thank you for being a part of the tribe. I thank you for enjoying the vibe. And I thank you for commenting, subscribing, all of that, man. I love you and I love everybody else. Like I said, if you want to post notification shout out in the next video, make sure you drop tribe down in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed the vibe, you know what to do. Hit that button that says subscribe, man. Peace and love.